Welcome, everybody, to the 9th season of Como Blitzball. And this is the 2024 Como Blitzball Draft. We have 2 new teams in this year's season. We have the Vipers and the Ducks joining to make it 8 teams for the first time ever. And before we get started with the draft, we have a massive trade to announce between the Phoenix and the Crushers. The Crushers are trading their first-round pick in Jackson Kespel over to the Phoenix in exchange for Blake Sappingfield. Looks like the needs met up between the hitter and pitcher on both sides. Let's interview those two now to get their thoughts on the trade.
I'm not going to do it by myself on the mound. We need a 1A pitcher. I think the first pick has the value of a top pitcher in this league. With Blake Sappingfield, he's a great hitter, so we can trade for him. So I open up cap space, giving Kespel to the Phoenix, which I think he'll succeed on the Phoenix. So I think it's a win-win trade.
We just need someone to throw strikes to keep us in the ball game. So big fan of how our team's shaping up, and hopefully we will do better than we did last year.
I think the Phoenix are a legit threat this season and definitely going to bounce back from last year.
We do have a couple rule changes this year. We now have batting lineups of 3, and each pitcher can now pitch 2 out of the 3 innings for these 3-inning games. And we have a total of 5 draftees. So let's start the 2024 Como Blitzball Draft. The Crushers are on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard Chandler Sartain, the man himself. This is the 2024 Como Blitzball Draft. What are the big moves that need to be made here today for some teams?
The big moves is some teams lost some pretty key players. You know, obviously Hudson lost Trent. Matt is changing teams. Shocker. We lost Tyler.
We did lose Tyler.
So a lot of teams are, kind of getting a fresh start to the league, especially since we're adding 2 new teams. I think it's going to make for a good year.
Great pool of players here this year. Let's see who goes where.
Mic check, mic check. In Blitzball's realm, where dreams entwine, claiming the first pick, a place to shine. Past struggles define. Yet with this pick, a new design. Since 2019 dominance, we face a storm. Quinn Meyer's doubts, a skeptic's norm. But in this draft, proving Myers wrong, a victory craft. Wow. It's an honor to be in this league with excellent captains and players, except for you, Trent. With the first overall pick in the 2024 Como Blitzball Draft, the Crushers will be selecting Cooper Carley out of Kansas City.
What is this, Poetry 101?
Ladies and gentlemen, the draft is now underway. We have a pick in Caden Sartain taking Cooper Carley. I saw it coming. Think he's a dog. Think he's a great player. We even got a whole ChatGPT poem out of Caden himself, which means he is excited for this season. How much more excited are you now that Cooper is a part of your squad?
I'm very excited. I really thought over the first overall pick. Reece Clapp is joining the league again, so he was very tempting, but you guys haven't seen much of Cooper, but everyone knows in the community, Cooper's a dog. He's ready to win. He wants to show up, and we're going to go back to the old Crushers.
He said that the community knows he's a dog. Quinn, I would say you're part of the community. What do you see in Cooper?
Yeah, I think he's a good player. Now, as for the team, it's like a rock rolling down a hill. Like, it's not at rock bottom yet. I think they have not reached rock bottom. Every free agent wanted to, be a part of that team, and now it's not like that anymore. Caden had an opportunity to, fish and reel in Matt Foster. No, he couldn't get him because his team does not have the same appeal anymore because he's not a good captain.
The notes he's been taking is ridiculous. The first one I saw when I looked over there says Caden's washed, so speak on that.
Carley, his film, he's a great player. He obviously has a lot. He has a very high ceiling. He could offer a lot to this Crushers team. Caden is obviously washed.
All right, Cooper, you are the first overall pick. Last 2 teams that have had the first overall pick won the World Series. That is some large shoes to fill for you. I don't know what size shoe you wear, but it's going to have to be a big one this year. How do you plan to carry Caden, as we know you will have to a World Series?
Obviously Caden's, one of the best hitters that, plays blitzball. So, if he can do that and I can do my part in pitching, then, I don't see why we can't make it 3 years in a row.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think your best quality is that you can bring to the Crushers to win this year?
I think it's definitely pitching, pretty good control, and my ball moves a lot. So hopefully I can keep that going into this this season, and it works out.
Welcome to the Crushers, Cooper.
Thank you.
Hudson Borgmeyer and the Riptides are now on the clock with the second overall selection.
We still got a lot of big names on the board. With the Riptides getting the second pick, they did indeed lose both Trent and Quinn. And noted here in Lucas's notes, they're 0-5 without those two players. As Hudson thought he would never hear 0-5 ever again after winning a ship, but they are right back to square one, and they're looking to move forward a couple squares to the second pick in the 2024 Como Blitzball Draft.
With the second overall pick in the 2024 Como Blitzball Draft, the reigning champion Riptides will be selecting Reece Clapp.
The second overall selection has been made, and honestly, on paper, the reigning champions selecting Reece Clapp sounds absolutely ridiculous, and yet here we are sitting at this table, hitting, pitching, they can get it done. And how does it feel to be back with Hudson and flip-flopped? He's now your captain and not vice versa.
Well, it feels weird to be in a jersey that's not purple, and it also just kind of feels weird to be back in the league. I never would have thought I'd be back, but here we are. Hudson and I have done it before, and hopefully we'll do it again.
If you were one, would you say you might have even taken him? Just how's it feel to get Reece at 2?
I mean, all along, Reece was my guy. If I had the first overall pick, I'd be taking Reece. I mean, we have the history. We played on the same team, the Badgers, twice, won 2 championships. The history's there. I think he's a better pitcher than Cooper. I think he's a better hitter than Cooper.
This just got hot in here.
The pieces that you used for your puzzle last year are gone, and you need to find new pieces of your puzzle. Is Reece going to help you get to where you want to be and finish that puzzle again? Back-to-back puzzles.
We lost some pieces, lost Trent, which was big, but at the end of the day, it's really all we lost. I mean, the narrative right now is Trent. Trent's not a Riptide. The Riptides are me, Reece, Josh. That's the Riptides narrative. I don't want any more of this Trent talk. I mean, we're going to go do what we can do.
One of the pieces to the puzzle was like half of a piece of a puzzle.
Not a puzzle.
Metaphorically, of course. Not talking about anyone in particular, but they're at the table right now. So hopefully now we'll complete the entire thing. It seems as though the half of the piece of the puzzle is talking.
All right, the puzzle can talk.
All right, listen. I wasn't trying to. I took no shots on you. You were the one. You guys.
You have no idea.
Hey, give me that. Hudson, you're the one captain I was nice to, and you take a shot at me. I single-handedly won you a championship last year. All right? If it wasn't for my walk, he's not going to be able to adjust in the new speed limit, and I think Riptides are back to their 0-5 selves.
And he is back as a Riptide. You will see him on opening day, 2024.
One of the 2 brand new franchises in the league, the Ducks, led by Tyler Davis, with the 3rd overall pick, are now on the clock.
And my former teammate, who is now a captain, Tyler Davis, has the 3rd overall pick in this draft. Very solid players on the board. And a new franchise, there's nothing to look back on. Right now, they're just looking for the future, and the future is this draft pick. Who brings them the best future?
Their lack of a secondary pitcher, I think they need to, focus on that here in the draft. And there's definitely, one guy on the board, I circled right here. I don't want to spoil it, but I think he'd be a perfect fit for this squad.
And the 2 guys I'm seeing on the board, Kyle and Kollin, they're going to be the ones to get it done for you. Kyle has more of the standard blitzball experience as far as speed limit goes, the rules we play with. Kollin also has a lot of blitzball experience in the warehouse. The warehouse does have a different set of rules, so he will have to adjust to that. But, he's got it under his belt. He's been there, done that on a big stage. So, honestly, not sure where Tyler's going to go with this one, but he does have some options.
This is big for me. I kind of have an idea where this is going. And that's all I'm going to say.
Dude. With the 3rd overall pick in this year's draft, the Ducks will be taking Kollin Stone.
Quack, quack. Kollin Stone. I love this pick personally. That dude plays in the warehouse, and I have had the great opportunity of playing there, and it is not easy. It is really not easy, so I do believe that experience is going to translate well into a great blitzball player.
He's got some really gross pitches from what I've seen. Looks like a really fun guy. He looks like a duck when you really look at him.
Yeah.
He just does. It's awesome. He's going to put in the work. He's going to want to play. It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
So are you excited? Are you happy about this?
I think it's not only a great pick, I think it's one of the greatest picks in Como Blitzball history. You know, getting a potential, ace with your third pick, I think is a steal. We're not even talking about his bat. I think he could be a great hitter, and I think he's just going to mesh perfectly.
Kollin Stone, you have been selected 3rd overall to the Ducks, and Tyler Davis.
What's up?
How's it going?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm good.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
He said that you looked like a duck.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at these jerseys. I mean, come on.
That's sick.
How do you think that you are going to be able to adjust to the speed limit and just different rules outside? A little bit of a different game.
I think the speed limit will be fine on the mound. I think I'll have to adjust arm angles and kind of be a little bit more versatile than I am in the warehouse. Being held to 69, you kind of just stick with what you do good at 69. So I think just being able to adjust at the plate is going to be my biggest problem, my biggest issue.
Quack, quack.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Steamrollers on the clock with the 4th pick. That is Captain Joey DeMayo looking to make his selection. Right now, they're working with a lineup of Richie, Connor, and Joey. It needs something, and I'd say it needs the 4th pick. So who do we have at the 4th pick? And honestly, Quinn, just what do you think Joey should go with here?
Well, there's 2 people here to pick from. There's Kyle, there's MG. I think there's an obvious pick here. Needs everything and the kitchen sink. Is that how that works?
And the kitchen.
And the kitchen
Yes.
sink. They need pitching, they need hitting, they need kitchen sinks. This team sucks.
I would definitely add pitching. If you looked at Connor and Joey last year, they can hit the ball decent enough to win some games. The only problem is Joey's the only arm on that team. Joey, he can only pitch 2 innings. That 3rd inning, it's going to be a bloodbath if he doesn't get a pitcher.
With the 4th pick. What do I say next? With the 4th pick in the 2024 Como Blitzball Draft, the Steamrollers will be selecting Kyle Belcher.
I don't really even want to say anything, Joey. I want to know, first things first, how you feel about that pick in that spot.
I feel great. This is pretty much the obvious pick for the Steamrollers. Obviously needing a pitcher to work with.
What's just like worst case scenario here?
Worst case scenario, Kyle is still our guy. That's pretty much how it's going to have to be this year.
It's like watching the same movie again and again and just, they get a good draft pick. He does good. Moves on to another team because Joey just can't retain guys. I don't know. He can't manage the team.
I would like to say I was manager of the year previously.
But that's just a cupcake. That's just a title. That's a cupcake award. What does that even mean? Why did he get that award?
I'm for Joey, and Quinn said it's like watching the same movie. There's some movies that I've watched countless times and they never get old, Joey. The Steamrollers losing in the World Series, that's a movie that we will all watch over and over again. I wish you and your team great luck this year.
Thank you. We all love watching Jumanji over and over again.
The one with Kevin Hart is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
No, it's not in the genre.
That's a valid take. Jumanji with Kevin Hart and The Rock, but the old one's terrible. It's like there's a reason it was remade.
Yeah, and Joey's remaking his team with Kyle Belcher right now.
And I would say it's like watching Cars 3 over and over and over. It's not 1 or 2. You're just watching a bad movie over and over and over.
Cars 3 was actually good.
But Joey, I was gonna.
Kyle.
What's up, Joey?
Welcome to the club, Kyle.
Hey, good to be here, bud. I just want to do whatever my coach wants me to do, help the team succeed, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Kyle, this is Quinn, chief of players. Yeah. My question for you is, where are you at right now? Are you at a party? Oh my gosh! So that begs the question: Is Joey gonna have to worry about any off the field issues with you? Because you just got drafted and it kind of looks like you're having a good time.
I'm having a good time, but that's because I just got drafted.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm glad to be here, guys.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
With the final pick in the draft, the Vipers, the newest team added here in Como Blitzball, are now on the clock.
Trent Severino is indeed the number 2 ranked player in Blitzball, but he does need a team around him. Right now, he's got Jesse Spratt-Plunkett and he has Caden Stauffer.
With the 5th and only pick of the draft, the Vipers have selected Matthew Griffith. Welcome to a winning franchise.
All right, the final pick in the draft has been made. Trent Severino has selected Matthew Griffith, who is back in the league this year. In our notes right here, it looks like somebody's calling, but it actually just says ring, 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 ring in, I believe, what is representing the 4 rings that Matthew Griffith already has in this league. Were those rings the thought process behind picking him, Trent?
Yeah, I just wanted to add my 1 ring to his collection. That's 5 rings right there. This year will be 6.
How are the 2 of you gonna, put it together?
Yeah, I know there's a lot of expectations for this team going forward. I know just for me, I know I've had a lot of success, so I know there's a lot of people expecting big things from me. And I know the talent in the league has just grown a lot over the last year or 2. So I'm really excited to see what I can bring to the table for this team. And yeah, I'm really excited to win another chip with Trent. So,
With everything being said, I like where the Vipers are at. They have a guy on. They have a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of guys on their team. 2 of them know how to win. The other 2, I don't even know who they are. Oh, they don't. They haven't won before.
The Vipers and Trent take Matthew Griffith. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Como Blitzball Draft has concluded. We have all of our picks in, and there's a lot going on. If you think you've seen it all, you have it. Tune in, 2024 season. Teams are set. Here we go. Let's get it going.